at a popular team archetype and dissect each of its team members and its matchups. And after all that, we're just gonna play some games with it. Alright, today I decided to take on, again, I'm surprised I haven't covered this yet, Palkia, Calyrex, and its Trick Room friends. This team, I would say, is usually centered around just getting the Trick Room up. It really wants to get the Trick Room up, but because Palkia and Calyrex are kind of consistent and have good metagame matchups, they can function well outside of it. And yeah, because they're so bulky and got good metagame matchups, they can usually just get the Trick Room up even the second time. Usually the Palkia is the first one to set up, either Palkia or Calyrex Dynamaxes afterwards. And then with creative switching around with Incineroar and Amoonguss, you can probably just get the second Trick Room up and finish what you started. So let's start with Palkia. One thing that this team actually does is that it's incredibly flexible with the items it carries and the sets it carries. So for example, Palkia could be fast Palkia with Life Orb, and you could have, instead of Porygon2 or Tapu Fini, you can have Regenerator with Focus Sash, and like Palkia with Regenerator have really good rain matchups, since you can go like max speed Palkia. Even with Modest, you outspeed their Zation, and after Electro Web chip, you just carry them guaranteed with Max Quake or Max Geyser. And Max Quake, you just make yourself kind of immortal against the Kyogre as well. It's just really annoying for them to deal with. Other thing you can have on Palkia is defensive items. Rosalie Berry, Misty Seed, Wiki Berry, just top 4 NIIC, all are very viable items on their own and have all of them got their merits. Also, Palkia could carry Fire Blast or Flamethrower if you just really fear Kartana. I used to carry that even like before the top 4 at NIIC happened. If you saw that match, Kartana reverse swept the Palkia Calyrex matchup like super easily. And the advantage is, normally you wouldn't KO Kartana under Rain with Assault Vest, even with Life Orb Max Flare, but this Kartana got Life Orb. So if Life Orb Kartana gets popular, the Fire Blast on Palkia could just like get a guaranteed KO, even if you run something like Misty Seed, which is super cool. Other than that, this EV spread, it allows it to take Flare Up from Zation if it's intimidated, so it's at neutral attack. It also takes Helping Hand, Choice Specs, Astral Barrage from Calyrex Shadow Rider. And rest of the spread is put into special attacks, so you get the extra 2 points here in Modest. You're not wasting any EVs. And for speed, just so you just outspeed stuff. Speed dice could be pain in the butt, but I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of things, especially if you have Assault Vest Tapu Fini. Calyrex-Ice Rider is, I mean, again, very flexible with the items. You can have Weakness Policy, Berry Berry, even White Herb, which I'm supposed to run when I was tier modding this team. White Herb basically allows you to just tank one Intimidate, and I mean, you could run something like Hex Amoonguss, which again, one of my favorite sets on this team is Hex Amoonguss, which self-procs Weakness Policy on Calyrex-Ice Rider. Together, they are absolutely brutal if you just get them going with like 3 turns of Trick Room left. You just, like, after 1 turn, you set up the Calyrex to be +3, after, of course, a knockout, after it just launches attack off with Weakness Policy boost. But then, there are like 2 more Trick Room turns left, and you can Spore 1 slot and just Hellstorm the other one. It's ridiculous. But with White Herb, you're a lot more flexible. With White Herb, you just can tank the Intimidate at any spot, and still retain your very high attack and KO stuff like Yveltal with Max Hellstorm. Or just do like 90% to their Incineroar so they can just be picked off by Glacial Lance later. It's just great, it's just great. The EV spread doesn't really matter, I'd say. Just run max attack. You can run a minimum speed as well, but I like having some bit of speed in mirror matchups. And yeah, max attack, you don't need to invest in the special events, it's already high, it's base 130, so You just do this, and no one gets really hurt. Incineroar, eject button, again, one of my favorite sets. You just get a fake out off on the lead, then you just get switching in by some spread move. You switch to Calyrex-Ice Rider, you got Palkia Calyrex-Ice Rider already going with 4 more turns of Trick Room left. It's just fantastic. You can also just switch in to Intimidate, tank some hit, and then switch back into Calyrex-Ice Rider. It's super safe to do switch-ins with Eject button Incineroar. Fake out, Flare Blitz, Throat Chop is literally there for Shadow Rider matchup. I think, I mean, and you can just like Throat Chop the other Incineroars before they Burning Shot. Now, you're probably used to this whilst I make these videos. I just copy these Pokemon from some other teams. I think the spread is better. It allows you to take Sacred Sword from +1 Zacian, or like critical hit from Sacred Sword from Zacian, which is fantastic in late games. And the rest of the bulk probably in the special defense, so we take stuff like, I guess, Astral Brush a bit better. You could run Speedy Incineroar, but I like Throat Chopping and Parting Shotting in Trick Room first. Or Parting Shotting second whilst on the lead. So you can technically Parting Shot the Incineroar replacement. Yeah, I think the metagame with Throat Chop, Parting Shot, and Incineroar is a bit interesting. The matchups are confusing, so let's not get too in-depth with this. Yeah, Tapu Fini, I saw this on ladder, and I was just completely infatuated by this. The idea is Tapu Fini covers 4 Venusaur matchup, Amoonguss Trick Room match, like Amoonguss adaptation, so some hyper-offensive teams have Amoonguss. Especially the Delman Tornadus one has Amoonguss just to stop Trick Room. Tapu Fini throws a wrench at that and just makes the Amoonguss be unable to do any kind of work. But Tapu Fini has that second job I mentioned first, and that's the fact it's supposed to stop Lunala Venusaur teams. Now Venusaur is basically not gonna do too much damage to you with Assault Vest, neither will like Max Lightning Kyogre that's just rising in stock usage right now. But you're going to be able to Nature's Madness to Lunala, set up the Trick Room, and then outspeed it and Shadow Ball for the knockout. Now, Shadow Ball is also super useful in the mirror matchup. I think Max Starfalling the opponent's Palkia and going for Max Phantasms to make your Incineroar and Calyrex KO opponent's Calyrex much more easily is super brutal as well. So yeah, and max special attack, max HP, just be consistent. Now I'm gonna move this Amoonguss in front. I think it's kinda there to, well, if they do not have their Amoonguss for Trick Room, you usually bring Tapu Fini if they have Amoonguss, and if they don't have Amoonguss, you bring an Amoonguss of your own, so you can Spore them just to just spam Spore, Pollen Puff your Trick Room setters so they can set up the second Trick Room, that's the role of Pollen Puff, and Rage Powder so they can set up the Trick Room much more easily on the lead, or something like that. Copper Berry I don't think is that important, because you're setting up Trick Room, you do not fear stuff like Landorus and Thunderous Animais. You fear something like Kyogre a lot more, since it can actually just still blast through Calyrex-Ice Rider super easily, and Incineroar. So you run Yache Berry to take the Max Hellstorm. It's also super useful against the Max Hellstorm Dialgas with Life Orb. You can just Spore them and just win the games easily. This EV Sprite I think allows you to take Beam and Blade from +1 Zacian, and rest is put into the special bulk. Now Porygon2 is a bit awkward. I think it's there literally for the hyper offensive matchups, which otherwise just can like out damage you. I mean, they can out damage you. It's just that Porygon2 is a super safe lead against Calyrex Shadow Rider. Alongside Palkia, you can just like lead that against any hyper-offensive teams and they're gonna be in some trouble. If they lead Kyogre, you set up Trick Room with Palkia. If they lead Shadowrex, you set up Trick Room with Porygon2. And you can also just always go for Max Quakes and then Eerie Impulse or Full Play their Shadowrex and Max Quake it, and then you can Eerie Impulse the Kyogre in the back, and it's just super annoying for them. Also, yeah, Porygon2 helps with the Kyogre matchup to put some pressure on it under Trick Room. You don't need to run Download because you do not have a attacking move. Just run Trace, copy these Intimidates, and just win. Yeah, I said there can be some replacements. Regulating with Focus Sash is good alongside Palkia. there used to be a Dusclops instead of Porygon2 on this team, but that was like kind of like at the start of the metagame when it was like more offensive, so you can just Shadow Sneak around Calyrex-Ice and just go for the sweeps much more easily. Now that the metagame has evolved into more bulky format, you want to run Porygon2 just to wall the Shadowrex, otherwise you're just stacking the weakness to Shadowrex, and it's just kind of not good. Also, you can run Indeedee, but I think Tapu Fini just adds you more consistent kind of answer to these problems. Now, that's the team covering part of the video. So let's talk about the matchups. Was I ladder? I think against the Sunny want to lead Palkia, Incineroar and have either Amoonguss plus Calyrex in the back or Calyrex Tapu Fini in the back. And it depends on if they have Venusaur or not. And this matchup is very favorable since you just can like burst them down. Groudon has no matchup against Calyrex-Ice whatsoever. Palkia just absolutely just chaosization with Max Quake. I don't think it goes bulkization, but it does go fastation. And it just does enough, and Incineroar does enough annoying job as well with its eject button and just repositioning at all times. Against the ranked teams, I think you want to run Palkia and Amoonguss and have Calyrex-Ice and Incineroar in the back. Or Porygon2, let me guess. Well, not an expert on the Kyogre matchups, but I know they're actually not the best with this team. Despite Palkia quarter resisting it, the rest of the team is kind of like scrambling and is kind of lost against it. So I think you just should run like Palkia, get Max Quakes up, and just Glacial Lance the rest of the opposition. Or just run Porygon2 Palkia lead and just Max Quake and just Ear Impulse the Kyogre and then just go all in with Calyrex and Incineroar. Incineroar is actually really good against the Kyogre teams once you go the Kyogre, since they have like Cortana, Rillaboom, Amoonguss, and Zacian, and Incineroar of their own. It's just gonna be easy to just get things going. Against the Dragon matchups with like Zacian, you just lead, I think, Palkia, Porygon2, or like Porygon2 and Amoonguss. You should be just kind of like safe against the Dragon, and then you just Ear Impulse the Dragon and just reverse sweep with your own Calyrex-Ice Rider, since they usually don't have any kind of Trick Room matchup. Against the Hyper Offenses, I've covered Palkia, Porygon2 just set up Trick Room with one of them, Ear Impulse or Max Quake with the other. Ooh la la. This is the lead I was, the thing I was fearing about. Well, it could be Imprisoned Trick Room Calyrex, or it could be like helping and expanding force with first specs. I have no idea. So I'm gonna just switch to Fini. I think it's just safe. Oh wait a minute, that's male Indeedee. That's gonna imprison in Trick Room on its own. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I feel like an idiot. Let's just Shadow Ball that. It cannot follow me. Any other matchups? Hyper Offense, Kyogre, Sun, Dragons. Oh. Remember, I wanted to talk about one more matchup. Lunala is with the Fini as well. That's probably Choice Specs actually. Oh, yeah, that is Choice Specs. Then we just one-shot the Shadowrex. That's super cool. Let's sack the Palkia. Let's go for like Nature's Madness. Dynamax and Whimsicott going for max overgrowth. Excuse me? That's Life Orb. I knew that by the damage. Gee, dude. Okay. That is Indeedee in the back. That's just gonna get absolute walled by us. Yeah, Groudon will get walled here as well. Let me think of the matchups. Let me actually check the storage on my computer. What is show? Let me check if I have enough storage for the computer. Yes, I have. I can still save this video. Oh, we just crit the Incineroar, which is kind of unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, let's just go for, just KO the Ram first. This goes for Helping Hand. Does nothing. Just miss that. All we have to go for is another Hailstorm, and there you go. Let's just play one more game. I don't think this guy was too experienced. I don't think this guy's either experienced either, but that's what you get for losing a lot of games on ladder. This team is simple enough to just beat these kind of weird teams though, because it's just so consistent and it's a hard through room that's flexible. That's like the best combination you want for these like these weird teams. It's just wins the games. Yeah, I see Vileplume. It's gonna be probably a strength set, but I still fear the Sleep Powder. So I'll just go with a Fini, just in case. And it's taken a long time for him to think of the game plan, so let's actually play another game. I don't think this one is going to be spectacularly difficult to win. Although I could be wrong, like, look at this lead. It's gonna be like, Glacial Lance spam. It is such a weird archetype, like, it doesn't translate well to the... Ooh, okay. I don't think it translates too well to the Dynamax meta, because you can just kind of like... It's just better to Dynamax and, like, self-proc yourself with, like, Brutal Swing. You know, in my opinion. Okay, let's just lead Fini and have these two guys in the back. What's he gonna do? Oh, let's just switch back into Fini, I guess. I don't want to get yawned or hypnosis or something. Yeah, this is just so weird. This threat. I think I just want to go for like Max Quake and Orang Guru right now, so like the Torkoal just doesn't go bananas with its eruptions. Here... That's a bit of a pickle again, because like Zapdos plus Shadowrex is... I mean, I should have lied with Amoonguss, but then Venusaur could have just kind of like whopped me, so... What do we do? I guess we can... Moonblast the Gyarados. It's gonna max the Orsino. Okay. I'm saying most of the time I'm not too experienced with these teams, so... Excuse me if I make some, like, childish mistakes. Now, that special attack drop is a problem. Actually, let's just max this. Let's just make some weird plays. Oh, I'm running out of time. I don't care though, I think. Heat wave. It gets 2 heat waves off, but I don't care, I think. This game we probably lost. Horsino, you truly are a Horsino. Gee, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm -2 now. That Brave Bud is just... Wanna go into the Calyrex. Well, what a turntables. And still this ground and just probably just KOs the Fini. We just KO the Horsino here. Oh. We're supposed to switch back to Calyrex. Now you see, we can just use the fake out ladder, whilst we still use the utility of the Intimidate. You know, please. No. We're supposed to die there. Okay, Orsino. I get you now. Orsino will just get KO'd by Life Orb Astral Barrage. I should have not done this play, I think. Max Phantasm. I think I can still lose this one. I'll probably just like... Oh, he lives the attack now! I got nothing against the Groudon! Oh, we just KO it! Okay, I didn't expect that, but... We take those, I guess. Orsino decides to preserve itself for next generations. Orsino. I mean... I don't think Roberto can actually knock us out here.
Although, you can knock out Incineroar, but I think Grandma can KO the Incineroar better. There is a chance Roberto will just attack in the Ice Rider, trying to stop the Trick Room, I think. Oh, he's Choice Scarf Trick Rooming. We just got Nade. Okay, missed the Precipice Blades. Or just... Okay. This is such an awkward game. Oh no. Okay. Water Pump. Nature's Madness. That still did nothing. And that's like +2 as well, you know. Well, that crit sucks, actually. That's broke. Roberto, okay. Okay, we just get the second roll, just the right damage out. Okay. Let me just straighten up on a chair again. I think that's that. So, hopefully learn something new today, and I'll catch you next Monday. So, have a nice day, and yeah. Peace.